All right, so welcome everyone. We are so excited to be kicking off a 30-day. We're calling it cleanse, but we don't want to scare people, so it can also be called a reset. This is not a cleanse that you would typically think of that is unpleasant. So sometimes when we think of cleanse, we might think of having to be in the bathroom, things like that. That is not what this is about at all. This is going to be kind of a spa experience for your cells. So I started with this first slide. There we go. So I started with the first slide of, you'll sometimes hear people talk about, you don't need to cleanse because your body does that naturally, which is true. Your body does have an amazing detoxification system in place. However, as I put on the right-hand side, we are exposed to 700 tons of toxins from the air we breathe every day. So how is the human race expected to absorb and process all of that? And what happens in our body as we consume hormones, steroids, pesticides, antibiotics, birth control chemicals in every glass of water? So our air and our water alone bombards the body. And so when all of those things build up, your detoxification system gets overwhelmed. And then there's kind of this, they kind of find places in your body and the toxins will stay there because the body doesn't know what to do with them. There's a term called forever toxins. So that's one little fact sheet. Now this next one is, these are the signs of poor detox, which means your detoxification system is overloaded. If you have these symptoms, then it's probably time for a cleanse. And it includes fatigue and brain fog, poor sleep, hormonal imbalances, infertility, bloating, weight gain, and acne. And it's pretty clear when we look at what is plaguing people today, especially after health has been such an issue for the past 3 years now, that people are left after all of this with all of the stress and with everything that their bodies have been impacted with a lot of these kind of symptoms. And so here are some reasons why you might want to reset. Some people might have something special coming up. We are starting this in June, but there's still time to get some of that extra fluff off and to just really feel your best. You might want to start a weight loss journey. You might want better health and mindset. You want a new lifestyle. And that's what we're going to be really encouraging with this 30-day reset. Because even with the best products, if you are just going to be like super strict with those products, and then as soon as you're done, you just kind of go back to what you're doing in life, what's going to happen? The weight is going to just come back on and you're going to go back to all of those symptoms. So we are really going to be stressing in this 30-day reset, along with these amazing products, we're going to be really incorporating some habits for us to be mindful about how much water we're drinking, what food choices we're making, how we can enjoy fun foods that we can kind of be replacements. So we don't have to not have fun. We're not going to be starving, but we're going to just change our mindset as to what's enjoyable. And so why our 30-day reset? So many reasons why, but some of the biggest are because of the science and all of the studies that have been done to show that we have 56% more weight loss and 2 times as much visceral fat loss. And you might say, compared to what? It's compared to the heart healthy diet. So it was very controlled. And if anybody wants to see those studies, you can see them very easily. I have links to them. But the visceral fat, 2 times as much visceral and abdominal fat loss than the heart healthy diet. And that is really the most dangerous when you do research. That extra tire around the middle is really just the most harmful for our health. Plus, that's the hardest place to really get rid of the extra is around the middle. So here's some testimonials There are just so many of them. But when we've got our Ron over here on, and he, he's kept his weight off for, I gotta think now, it's been like, I think 7 years. So he's really truly made it a lifestyle. And then here's a couple other people in Isagenix that I asked to use their photos, but you can really tell by the system how much it is trimming around the middle, and how they still look like they're maintaining their muscle tone. There's a lot of other systems where people are left looking very gaunt, looking like they have a lot of bagging, extra skin, or they might just really kind of look almost a sickly look, where with the way this system works, you're going to be left still, your muscles are going to be, you're going to have a lot of your muscle tone left, and you're going to just be feeling, really good, not starved. So here is our 30 our core products in our 30-day reset. And some of you, you can join along if you have some of these products and not all of them, or you could order whatever you might need to fill in the gaps. I love this slide because the 3 things it points out, I'll put my little blue circle. So the balancing adaptogens, our program addresses stress like nothing I have seen out there. You will hear a lot of people say exercise is the best form of stress relief. Exercise is great. But when you think about it, when you exercise, you're sweating, things are leaving the body. And when you're stressed, your minerals and a lot of things that your body needs get depleted. So exercise isn't going to replenish that. That's where our adaptogens come in. Our adaptogens help to calm, replenish what the body needs. And they're going to also kind of help stabilize and get that cortisol. When we are really stressed, our cortisol goes up. And that's where we get that extra weight around our tummy. So that's the big thing, are the adaptogens to address the stress. The other thing is we have nutrient-dense meals. So a lot of programs, it's just caloric restriction. They limit the amount of calories. When you limit the amount of calories, then you're also limiting the nutrition you're getting. So in this case, we are getting more nutrition and fewer calories. So your body's not going to go into starvation like it does a lot of times when people go on very low calorie plans. And then, so that's kind of addressing nutritional deficiency. A lot of people that go on diets get very nutritionally, they're kind of starving their bodies. So, okay, let me go back to this. Then the third area, so we talked about the stress with the adaptogens, and then the nutrition with the nutrient-dense meals, intermittent fasting. That is going to help with all those toxins I talked about on the front screen, where we get it in our air, where we get it in our water. So the Cleanse for Life, it's a botanical blend of different things like the heart of the aloe vera plant. There's peppermint, there's so many things. It's a perfect blend that helps support the body and makes those toxins safe to leave the body. Because when those toxins get in the body from plastics, the air, wherever it is, a lot of times the body doesn't know what to do with them, doesn't know how to process them, stuffs them away in all of our fat. So the more fat we have, the more toxins and the more places the body can store that. So what the Cleanse for Life does is it makes those toxins water soluble so that they can leave. So it's not forcing anything out of your body. And there actually are some countries where it is called Nourish for Life because it's so nourishing. And since it's so nourishing, the body's like, oh, wow, I can relieve these toxins. So those are kind of the 3 pillars, the 3 concepts that make us different than just your average program that I see out there, where you're counting calories, where, you're just calories in, calories out, exercise. eating clean. None of that addresses stress. It doesn't address the nutritional deficiency, especially with our food system. And it doesn't address that, getting those toxins out. And so my bullet points over there, you're flooding the body. You're not starving it. You are addressing the stress, and then the cleanse for life helps the toxins, and you're resetting your appetite and taste buds. So I have so many people, there'll be times where they might start the shakes and they might be like, these aren't, they're not real tasty or they're not real sweet. Once you stay on the system, everything starts tasting different. Mm-hmm. Things that used to be not taste as sweet taste so much sweeter, because now your palate is reset. All the chemicals, all the artificial sweeteners, all the artificial everything is out, and you're tasting food like you should. So just hang in there. If you're someone that has been like, oh, the shakes don't taste, as sweet as I would like, or, whatever it is, you can always add a little honey. You can put in a little fruit. We have so many fun recipes to kind of doctor them up, but you're going to notice the longer you use them and the longer you do this, you're not going to need, I don't need anything in my shake anymore. I just love it the way it is. It's plenty sweet. And I actually I do the plant-based, which I was just sharing with someone. I was looking at that. It only has 1 gram of sugar. So it's very low in sugar, but it really tastes good. So, all right. This talks about our shake. And I just love sharing this visual. And I can get these slides or these little pictures to you if you have anyone you want to share. But look at how much is in one of our shakes. You're getting 2 cups. You're getting manganese equivalent to 2 cups of mashed potatoes, the vitamin D in 10 egg yolks, the price of eggs. Phosphorus is in 15 shiitake mushrooms. Calcium is in 11 cups of broccoli. Vitamin B6 is 4 cups of rice. Magnesium is in 2 cups of lentil. I mean, zinc is if you've eaten 3.5 cups of chickpeas. Riboflavin is 4.5 avocados, and it goes on. You guys can read it there. Just think if you were to go to the store and purchase all of this produce to make a meal for yourself. That is how much nutrition you're getting per shake. So that's why you're not going into starvation mode, because you're flooding with it's as if you're getting all of this nutrition, but in only 240 calories. So that's the magic of it. And you're going to, so the routine, what is our routine like? You know what's fun? You get to pick what your routine is. Some of you that want to be like serious and you want to go hard and you want to go really fast, then you'll do the 2 shakes a day. But if you don't, and we have a lot of people very successful, they do 1 shake a day. They might just replace breakfast or just replace lunch or, one of their meals a day. If you do 1 shake, then you'll do 2 healthy meals. If you do 2 shakes, you'll do 1 healthy meal. And you could mix it up. You could even have some days you do 2 shakes and one that you do 2. You can vary it. You will take your natural accelerator for metabolism. And you might be wondering, what is that? Natural accelerator is a combination of different things like cinnamon, cayenne pepper. There's a new formulation in there called Cinetrol, which has the properties of grapefruit and some citrus, which helps to rev the metabolism. And they said that taking 2 of them a day was equivalent to helping burn about 125 more calories a day. So that's pretty cool. Like that's equivalent to, a short walk or something like that. So you're going to help and you're not going to get jittery. There's nothing in there that is going to, make you shake or do anything that would be harmful. It's all holistic thermogenesis, revving that metabolism. Then you're going to take your Isoflush. I personally do 2 of them before bed, and that just varies on the person and their digestive system. Some people do 1, some people do 2, and then you'll drink your cleanse for life before bed. Now, if you want to do what's called deep cleansing, you will be doing cleanse days. And I will definitely be kind of going over that routine and have a slide on that. But that is where we will kind of customize your system. Most of our people, if they are doing cleansing, they're just going to do one fasting cleanse day. And you'll just pick one day of the week and you'll drink the cleanse for life and have some little snacks and get lots of water in. So, but that is, that's completely up to your discretion. You will still, if you do the daily cleansing, your body has all night to help those toxins release. And then on the last page here, I have, so tips for success. So the way we're going to do things a little bit different than just if you just kind of buy your system and do it more on your own. We're going to have daily motivation and check-ins in our Team Freedom page on Facebook. I know a lot of our new people have been invited to that. So this is a great time to invite a couple friends. Doing something like this in an accountability group, your rate of success is going to be so much higher. So the IsaLife app. So I want to share this. Let me get to where I can see myself. So, okay. So the IsaLife app, we are going to use, this is an amazing little tool that I just figured out. At the bottom, there's some little icons. And the second one over is a little clipboard. And when you click on it, you can choose a program. And I recommend that you choose the healthy. Let me go back to the programs here. Let me see if I can go out of here. But I recommend that you choose just the healthy. There's one for weight loss, and then there's just like everyday health. That one gives you a little more flexibility if you don't want to do full fasting cleanse days. But what is so fun about this is you can enter everything. You can enter in your food, your supplements, your water, all of it. And then it shows you up here in this little graph, your target is to have so much protein, 10 to 35% protein, 20 to 35% fat, and 45 to 65% carbs. So they show you how balanced your choices are. So, and then the other thing is when you want to add something, I found this fun little feature. When you want to add something, you can add food, water. So I'm going to choose food. There's this whole thing where you get a whole bunch of recipe ideas. You can click and it'll say, try this. So you can get on there and they will show you all kinds. There's a whole recipe book. There's shake recipes, there's meal recipes. So I will be posting in there and having, even some one-on-one conversations to help you guys get set up on this little IsaLife app. There's no charge for it. It's part of your program as a customer of Isagenix. And that way, every day, at the end of the day, even as you track, you put in your water, and at the end it says complete and submit. It says today I feel, and you even put if you had a good day or bad day. So every day we will be tracking that on our app. We are going to be posting food prep recipes. I just know personally, as someone that can make a lot of crazy choices, if I kind of have planned in my head the day before, like this is what I'm going to eat for lunch, this is what I'm going to do for dinner, that is how I am successful. So we're going to have a lot of recipes that you guys can, they're really easy, family friendly, delicious, all of that. And then we're going to have 30 days or 30 minutes of walking. We want to add some activity in there also, healthy activity. And some of you, I know, we've got tennis players and all of that. You're very active, but some of us do need to get, moving more. So that will be part of, the total well-being. And then our water. So what I recommend 100 ounces of water. But if that is overwhelming to you, then take whatever your weight is and divide it in half. And that is how much water that you need. So let's say a 150-pound woman needs at least 75 ounces of water to filter everything through. But if you can get that 100 ounces in, or if you're a larger gentleman, even a gallon is great. So, but yeah, that is, let me see, I've got, oh, is the grapefruit potent enough to interfere? We have a question. I will look that up and see if it interferes with anything. So that's a really good question. I'm not sure about that, but definitely will. I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm actually going to stop the recording so that I can